sit down a second. I'm trying to show off your clothing. Okay, so that's not working, is it? Too busy looking over there at food. Relax, cheeky. ¿Qué pasa, cheeky? I know you want to go over there because somebody's eating. She knows somebody over there, so she wants to go over, and they're eating, so this ain't gonna be easy to do a video today because she wants to go over there. You have to let people eat. Yes, she's a little bunny. So happy Easter if you believe in all of those things. All of those dates to me, I don't know. It's just another date. Every day's a beautiful day, just some days are better than others, or more beautiful than others. Today is a real chemtrail day today, so I feel a little bit heavy today. I'm literally looking up at clouds of chemtrail that literally filled the sky through the night, and it's just, you know, that haze. It's just basically a haze, so the sun isn't coming through very well, and you know that kind of like dense headache that you get. It's okay, baby. It's alright. It's okay. I know. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Let them eat. Let them eat. You've had your breakfast, my little girl. You've had your breakfast. Oh, what must be going through her mind right now, eh? What's going through your mind, eh? Food. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Let them eat, and when they're finished, you can go and say hello. Yes, not just yet. This is gonna be tricky. It's it's a friend and a friend eating food. That's just a dangerous combination. Okay, baby, really? I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this video because yes, this is a life. I mean, food, this is a life. This is a survival mechanism. She doesn't know when she's gonna get her next meal. Although she gets a meal three times a day, sometimes twice a day actually, just twice a day, once in the morning and once at between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. This morning she had buckwheat, coconut flakes mixed in with some very nice natural other bits and pieces, you know, like fresh and dry fruit. And tonight she'll have organic chicken or freshly caught fish with something like raw carrots, or she might have a little bit of partially boiled broccoli and other things. So she eats extremely well. No dog biscuits. In fact, she had a haircut yesterday, and Monica gave her a couple of them dog biscuits and she threw up. Dog biscuits, honestly guys, it ain't good. It ain't good. It really ain't good. Messes up with their bodies terribly. It's like taking them, like my friend just said, it's like taking them to McDonald's. It really is. Giving dog biscuits, it's terrible. We order our dried meat. It's actually dried meat from Germany, so that they're in little squares, but they're actually cured, 100% cured meat, and they're like, they cut them into little squares, so that they're every now and again, if she's a good girl, she'll get one. Like if she's on the beach and she's running off, we just say cookie, and then she'll come straight over and we'll give her one of those, so she stays close to us, you know. It's okay, baby. It's alright. Don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself, baby. Come on, sit down. Lily, come on now. You have to calm down a little bit, babes. It's not the end of the world. You've already eaten. I know, baby. Sorry, guys. You didn't want to watch this. I know you didn't want to watch this. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. Well, it's nice music. It's not too loud, it's lovely. So sorry, I ain't had a shave, so I look a bit of a scruff bag today. Oh my goodness. Lily, please, baby. I can't take you over there. I'm sorry. I can't just interrupt people eating a meal. Now, you know, this isn't what she's like, right? You know she's not really chilled, but when food's involved, it's a different energy. Lily, listen to me. You're gonna get fed later on. Don't worry, the food's always coming in. Relax. No, it's not gonna happen today because I can't hold a conversation when my little girl's got her head screwed on and she knows where she wants to go and she knows what she wants to do. She's very powerful in that energy. She's very demanding in that sense, but she isn't demanding. No, that's not true. She just knows what she wants. And I don't want to take that away from her. I don't want to be, you know, forceful, and I don't like that energy. She's okay if I don't say anything. If I start talking, then she thinks I'm distracted then, so she can go over. Yeah, this is the outfit. The last appointment we had with Monica, we missed it. So we always feel bad because that's money that she's losing. So when I went there this time and I said, I'm so sorry about missing your appointment, I'd like to pay for that appointment. And she says, no, it's okay. Just try not to do it again. I says, honestly, it was just one of those things. And I says, I'm so sorry. We've never missed an appointment before. And I says, well, if you're not going to accept the money, I'll just buy some new clothes. So I ended up buying this bling bling and this amor. It says amor. So I didn't feel so bad afterwards. Although these clothings cost more money than ours. So yeah, she's definitely a princess. There's definitely no doubt about that. Princess that looks like she's never been fed in her life. Baby, it's okay. I'm gonna go and see if they've finished eating. And then she might want to sit with them for a bit. And then maybe we can talk. Okay, give me a second. Let me see if they've finished eating. That's okay, baby. It's all right, sweet. It's okay. Oh, well, there you go. They're very happy to have her. They love her. So, yeah, how you all doing? It's been one of those weeks where I've been in contemplation and working on new things, new projects, and yeah, still the moving of Spain to Madeira looks like it's moving forward very quickly. So that's really interesting. All good. Crystals coming in fast and furious. I'm just waiting for my next consignment of absolutely beautiful crystals. That's over about 35 different types of crystals. Some of them you've never heard of, which I've worked with many years ago. So I shall be starting work and doing some, yeah, a lot of hours work coming up soon. Once I've finished working with them, I'll send them to Bali to be mounted, and then they'll be sent back. So that's a work in progress. Normally takes between 3 and 6 months now. I've been working on some crystals which should be going on the website shortly. This one is another prototype that I keep working on, beautiful prototypes. I don't know if you like this one or not. I absolutely love this one. So at the top there's the blue beautiful crystal. You know what that is, right? Tanzanite. I know you know it. The one in the middle, a lot of people thought it was like lime or yellow crystal. They thought it was many different crystals, you know, citrine, but it's actually Brazilianite. Brazilianite is just incredible frequency. And of course, the bottom piece there is MOLDAVITE from Maliclum. Beautiful combination. They're not that easy to make because each piece is individual. Like, you know, it's not all, you know, yes, this piece which is mounted very easily, but then you've got the other two pieces which you have to claw fit, so it takes a little bit of doing, but yeah, it's beautiful. And plus the fact when you're claw fitting anything, you have to be careful when you wear it, because if it gets caught on so many pulls, it can sometimes pull one of the claws off, and then you can lose your crystal. So that, you know, you have to be careful with crystals. You have to be careful with your pendants. So it's one thing creating them, it's one thing working on their energy, but imagine you get it and then, you know, your clothing pulls it or something pulls it and then it falls out, and then, you know, all of a sudden it becomes more of a problem for me to make these things, because what's the point if this is going to happen? So what I try and say to my clients is, please wear them and be careful with them. Just like, how many times have I had a claw pull? Never. I've worn thousands of crystals. I've never once had a claw pull off. A crystal's never fallen out of a claw for me. So it's because people mishandle them, or it's an accident, and it just becomes really challenging then. And if that's the case, it's like, why am I doing it if all I'm ever doing is having to say, okay, please return it. That costs us 20-30 euros. Then we have to have it fixed, then we have to send it back to you. It actually costs us, and we've lost every penny, and it's like, I can't do business like this. It's just, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So we did this where if you know, and it does happen, of course it does happen, a crystal can fall out, and it does happen out of these glues sometimes. And what we do is what we say on the website. I mean, if this is like, I mean, you know, it's not after years, or, you know, if it's very, very soon, then we ask you to go to your local crystal store or a jeweler's and ask them to reset it. They just reset it with glue, like all of them are. And we actually give a certain amount of money for you to do that. So we have a great, as far as I'm concerned, I think we are really good that way. We're really kind that way. And I mean, we do get some, not very nice people sometimes, and I wonder why they even buy off us. I mean, yesterday somebody put a claim in that they never received their goods, and we've got evidence that they've signed for it. I mean, why would you do that? What, I just don't understand some people. It really is just devious, and I'm like, why do I get devious people coming to the website? Why would you do that? And they only do it once because they'll never, they're just on the block list and they'll never be able to buy again. Why are you just so silly, Especially when, you can go to your local crystal store and just buy one there. So yeah, it's just sometimes it's not all, I mean, it's just very rare, but it's like it shouldn't really happen and people shouldn't be like that. But I guess humanity is. You've been watching your social media, it's just full of these women going to space. Have you seen that? I mean, when the world is in the state it is, where the awakening is happening, where people are starting to realise what's going on in this world, you've got a bunch of women. I mean, it just reminds me of me being on Blind Date, the fakery, the lies, the manipulation. What for? To get views, to distract the world, bread and circuses. It's just nonsense, And everything that you saw, I mean, somebody sent me a link and I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. And it's all over social media. Whenever you see something over social media, tons of it, it's a psyop. It's an actual psyop by the very darkness that controls this world, whether they know it or not. But it's a psyop. And in the psyop, there's always lies, cheats, manipulation. And then from there, it's run by a darker energy, a darker force, which pushes them in that direction, whether it be people telling them what to do or whatever. Not good. Distraction. You might think, oh well, it brings a bit of joy to the world in all the darkness. Actually, we should be healing the world from darkness, not turning a blind eye from it, not spending hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, that's probably wrong. Maybe millions of dollars to fly up a few miles and then come back down and create I don't know. It's almost like when you see all these things, I don't know about you, but it's just so in your face and it's hard not to see it. I mean, building a rocket that looks like a woman's play toy, it's just stupid. And then the badges what they're wearing, it's just and going up to space and then looking at you. I mean, talk about narcissism. Going up to space and then just taking selfies of themselves, what's that all about? It's if I ever drive somewhere in the car and I'm in the driving seat and like we're going up to Austria and I've never been there before, what the freaking hell am I taking selfies for? I'm looking out of the window, embracing the energy of this beautiful nature and the mountains and the sea, and it's like you breathe it in and it's beautiful. I mean, what kind of narcissistic person would go up who's been, given an opportunity to go up there, even if they did, to take selfies? Wouldn't you be looking out of the window and embracing that, hey, look, it actually does look like a round planet from up here? It's all bollocks. Sorry, guys, but it's all bullshit, all of it. It's just, I call it, it's no longer the new age. It's gone. It's fake age. That's what it is now. Welcome to the fake age. I believe that's what this will be called. This period of time will be called the fake age. Not the dark age, not the new age, but the fake age. Maybe that might catch on as a hashtag. Gracias, señor. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias. So it really is narcissistic. And I don't know about you, but people just standing around taking pictures of themselves. What's going to happen to this new age? All these kids just taking photos of themselves everywhere. I mean, it just... And also, You know, when sometimes you look back on your life and you think, I made a mistake there? I'm half and half in the energy of, did I make a mistake by saying to people, look, there's nothing wrong with being on your own and finding your own. It's a very powerful thing to find your happiness and joy being with yourself. That didn't mean I want you not to meet somebody and love them and have children. But it seems that darkness has manipulated that, or maybe humanity just got the wrong end of the stick. I mean, I've been married twice. I'm with somebody now. I'm in a relationship. I don't post all of the stuff about us anywhere because my partner likes to be, it's just nobody's business. Whereas, like, what do you mean? It should be all over the social media. You should be telling everybody who your partner is and what you're eating together. And like, no, not at all, guys. It's bullshit. They want you to do this. They want you to be an open book in the sense of, so they can scrutinize you and they've got it all on camera and they've got you whenever they want. There's nothing wrong with keeping yourself to yourself and having your own feelings and thoughts. Everything now is about sharing every thought and feeling, and I'm part of that. I was one of the first to be like that, to be open, to be an open book and talk like that. But it's gone to a new fake age. It's not genuine. It's all about likes and followers and listen to me and look at me. So it's gone from, there's nothing wrong with speaking your truth and sharing it. There's nothing wrong with, being on your own and finding your own strength and going on holiday on your own and all the things that you would do where you think, I actually really enjoy being on my own. But if you look at any of my videos, I've often said that, in the past, I've done 3,200 videos now, so you probably won't find them, but there are videos out there where I used to say, sometimes when you're on the top of your mountain and you feel this love and this feeling strong, or you're somewhere amazing, whether there's a miracle happening, sometimes you just like, I'm just missing somebody here to feel the energy with me, right? I've said that before. And then I've said, but sometimes you need to be there on your own to feel that energy for you. And it's not always about sharing that energy and sharing everything that you experience. Sometimes you need them experiences for yourself. And this is where you have to discern the difference between having some time to yourself and being happy and joyful, being with somebody else and finding somebody that you love. And, and life isn't easy when you're with a partner because you're two different people. And it's not always easy, but that's kind of the joys of life, and you learn from each other. And 9 times out of 10 when you're upset, it's because you're upset at something that happened as a child, to be fair. So it's true. I've said this many times. Our reactions are because of what we experienced as a child, what we received or what we didn't receive, and it comes out in me. I'm like that sometimes. If anybody says do something, I'm like, no, I won't do anything. But if somebody says to me, would you please, could you just if somebody tells me, move that, do this, no, I won't, because it reminds me of my childhood, reminds me of, what I went through to deal with teachers and an abusive father, so still that's in me and still working on it till this day. So, we're work in motion, always work in motion. And it's like my first mentor, second mentor said, Shirley said, we are definitely like onions. We peel away one layer and we cry and we get up and we move on, and then another peeling of the onion and we cry again and we get up and we just keep peeling away. But the narcissism now it isn't genuine. Nothing's genuine about what social media is about. Everybody's just posting bollocks, rubbish, nonsense. And you know that you don't mean anything that you're saying. You know, it's just hard to find genuine people anymore. It's just fakery. Everything is just fakery. Fakery. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this new AI woman talking about conspiracy. She's growing and growing. Do you really believe that's actually typed up by somebody genuine? To me, that's a psyop. Pulling you into, you know, an AI generated woman telling you about what's happening in the world. And yeah, it sounds great. It sounds amazing. But they're just pulling us in. This is just another psyop. It's another way of pulling people in so that they grow, and behind it, you've no idea who's behind it. You know, you have no idea who's typing away, who's writing these scripts, because it's AI now. And I think most girls and most lads are I tell you how I explain it, right? When people come to Pure Energy Healing Academy and want to learn pure energy healing, the first thing I want to feel is if you're coming for the right reasons. Otherwise, I don't want to teach you. You've got to come with purpose, and what that means is, why are you here? I don't know. Perfect. If somebody says, I'm here because I want to be famous, I'm here because I want to make a lot of money, you know, this isn't the place for you. And I think everything on social media is just that. Why are you doing this video, mate? You're not doing it for the real reason. The real reason is the topic, is the conversation, is the passion, is I want to share truth. It's not about that, mate. You're full of shit. You're doing it because your main reason is because you want to grow your followership. So you're first of all looking for an opportunity to be able to use to become big, or to say, listen to me, I'm super intelligent, which you're not, and people can see through you. You're just using this 3-second or 5 or 10-second meme or short to boost your so what I'm saying is that people who can discern can see through the bullshit. You're not doing that for the reasons of, I just know I need to do this, right? I don't know why I'm here, Mark, but I just know I needed to come. Okay, that's all I need to hear. That's exactly what, now I know why you're here. It's exactly why you're here. But when it's calculated, when it's about likes, when it's about followership, when it's about AI generated, this is the way to do it to become, you know, to have 100,000 followers in a week, just bog off. Just bog off. So this is the fake age. This is the fake age. This really is the fake age, guys. And then people say, yeah, look at you, you've done well for yourself. Yeah, but I didn't set out to do well for myself. I set out to help people, and that's what I did. And you look at my past record, I didn't charge a single penny for 2-3 years of doing healings and psychic readings. So just shut up with your nonsense, because you know nothing about me. You know, I wasn't planted anywhere to get big on social media. I'm not even big on social media. Look at my platform. I'm lucky to get 1,000, 2,000 people even watching now, and I've got 188,000 subs. And the reason why is because people liked a video about lemons. That's the only reason why it went there. And then idiots out there who can't discern, and all they do is they become, I'm not saying conspiracy minded, but narrow-minded. They look at everything as, I don't believe anything now. So now they just attack everybody because the colour of the couch is too bright. Or look who's on his wall. That man or that woman is dark, so they must be dark. It's like we've come to a point where it's not only a fake age, but it's an insanity age. People are just insane, and they'll say anything because why? They don't study. They wouldn't, you know, like people trying to tell me about healing who has never healed is like, it's so insulting. It's so pathetic. Everybody is an expert now, and nobody has done anything. Really. The ones who are talking about others have done nothing in their life. Nothing. And that's all they are now. They're experts of talking bullshit about everybody, tarnishing everybody with the same brush and using the same format for their conversation and for attacking others, or for calling everybody whatever they want, psyops or whatever you want to call them. So like, I can truly understand why I'm feeling the way I am, that I don't want to do videos anymore, that I really am. I didn't want to do a video this morning. I didn't want to do one. I don't think I did one yesterday. I'm just getting to the stage where, do I want to be in the cesspit of all the rest of this dark matter that is AI, and all the minions, the fools, the court jesters who are just pretending to be something on social media now. It literally is a clown circus show with so many clowns who actually believe that they are experts. They literally believe that they know what they're talking about because they've regurgitated somebody's information, somebody's hard work information. What I say, that they might have studied for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and then they put it in a 10-second meme thinking that they're genius, basically stealing somebody else's work and truth. And now you're looking at these young kids, these girls and boys and even grown men talking about subjects, and it's like, you know nothing about that subject, but you're talking about it as if you're an expert. And you get to a point where you think, what am I watching on social media? What am I switching on now? It's like, you know, would you walk into a Diddy party when you know it's an after party and they're all gonna rub cream on and be filming you, and then, you know, would you do that? No, you wouldn't. So why are we doing it on social media? This is exactly what's happening. You know, why are you even talking, Matt? Because you know eventually people are going to take your conversation and going to use a few seconds of it and make you look a fool, just like Blind Date when I was with the casting crew there, and they took, you know, 3 days of filming in Germany and you know, sat us on a couch, and I became the worst enemy number one, you know, Blind Date rat I was called in the newspapers. Doesn't bother me, it's made me stronger, but why? How many years are you going to keep doing that, Mark? It's just tiring. It really is. It's tiring. And do I want to be involved in that energy? Because you are. When you switch your mobile phone on, you're involved in it straight away. You can't turn away from it. It's on every platform. It doesn't matter what app you're on. It's everywhere. And it's deceit. It's deceiving. It's dark. And it's pathetic. And it really is just, people are becoming obsessed. They're becoming they're becoming addicted. They're becoming addicts for fake news. They don't want to hear reality. They don't want to know the truth. Give me an instant fix. They're looking for spiritual takeaway. They're looking for natural healing medicine takeaway. They want everything quick. Tell me how to do it now. Give me a tablet for this. It's just moved from one energy to another. So anything that you talk about organic, which 99% isn't organic, people are jumping onto every bandwagon of anybody who is a true speaker of health and well-being and spirituality, and they're using them to try and sell something. And it's like, and I know you're going to say, well, you sell crystals. I know, but like I said, I keep going back to the same thing. It's the intention, it's the integrity to what you do. Yes, I sell crystals, but if you know anything about how I started and what I do and how I work with them, you have to understand it. You can't understand it in 30 seconds. You can't just click on my website and say, oh, they're expensive. He's a rip-off merchant. You have no idea. It's integrity is about, it's not, most people are like this, you know, how can I make money? How can I promote my product? What product can I get to make money? What is everybody else talking about? What I can sell? It's like, mate, that's not how it works. That's not how, yeah, but that's how you get rich. Yeah, but is that what you want? Is that all you're bothered about, getting rich? So that's where we are now, guys. That's where it is. My business has gone down in these past maybe 6 months, 50%. It's gone down. The days of COVID when everybody was locked in and buying everything, them days have gone. That was an illusion. That wasn't a reality. Now we're back to reality. Now we have to work hard, and now people are getting on with lives. So we're back to reality. That's fine. It's okay. It's not about money, but we start to see the reality in everything. But if you want to get really rich, then you have to follow AI technology, or else you're left behind. Good. I'm not bothered about that. That's not important. As long as my staff are paid, as long as there's food on the table, I'm not bothered about that. That bit I'm not bothered about. Matt, do you know how many people a day contact me saying, do you want me to do it? No, I don't want you to do that, because it's about money, mate. Why are you coming to me? Or woman, why are you coming to me? You're only coming to me because you think you can make money. That's not what I'm about. So I don't even answer most of the people who, I need to collaborate with you. You don't need to do anything. Bog off. That's why I don't collaborate with people. That's why I don't have endorsements. That's why I don't do any of those things, because it's all about money. It's all you're doing it about. And that's never been my intention. Although people try and put me in that category. But it's never been my intention. My intention is to help people and make them feel better. The most beautiful thing for me is not selling a product, but tell me what it feels like. Let me know what happens. There's my intention. And if you can't see that, then you're blind. Or you're disconnected. You have no connection at all to your consciousness. So, yeah. I've been watching porn stars. Oh, say it properly. Porn. Can't say it. So, I always get it wrong. Porn stars. Anyway, it's like a family in this pawnbrokers in America, and it's been going on for years. And you pawn your product. I say it wrong because a bit thick. And you come in and you sell something, or you pawn it for a certain amount of days. So you say, I'd like to pawn this. How long for? When you come back, you'll have to pay us a little bit more, blah, blah. Oh, I'm going to sell it today. And I've been watching that for the past 4, 5, 6 weeks. I enjoy it because I've always been into antiques. Ever since I was a kid, I used to love antiques. I used to love old stuff. I used to love... I love the energy of just finding things, or going to people's, knocking on people's doors. And I was one of the first to do it. I've said it before. No, I never did I ever hear of anybody taking bin bags and putting them on doorsteps saying, anything that you don't want, please put it in here and I'll come and pick it up. And I used to do that. And I used to go through, there was toys and stuff, and I used to take them to Mrs. Singh's, and I love Mrs. Singh. She passed away now, and it was a second-hand shop, and I used to clean them up before I took them up. So I used to have a bowl. I had a bowl of water and washing up liquid, and I used to clean everything and dry it outside, and then take it up to Mrs. Singh, and Mrs. Singh would buy tennis balls, all sorts off me, and it'd just give me some cash to be able to go and buy some clothes, and buy, I don't know, whatever I wanted. And it was just that way, and my son was the same. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but oh yeah, that's right, I watched the porn stars, and I just thought, brings back memories of being an auctioneer and having antique shops, because I had antique shops, I had second-hand shops, I had auction houses back in England when I was a businessman back then, because I was a businessman back then. Did it out of love, absolutely loved it. Again, I did it because I loved it. never did work to make money. I did things that bring joy and loved it. And, you know, sometimes it was hard. Sometimes, you know, you make nothing. You have to pay all your staff, and then I'd end up eating Rice Krispies or cornflakes. You know, you can ask my ex-wife, so she'll tell you we struggled a lot of the time. But I enjoyed it, loved it. And what was important is every Friday afternoon in cash I'd pay all my staff. That's all that matters. So I had an overdraft facility of £2,000. Thank God for that back then. That's like saying 10 grand now. And I never not paid my staff. That was important to me. And I'm still the same till this day. My staff are important to me. So, so then I decided, wonder if I could, while I'm still here, just for a bit of fun, put an advert in the paper and say house clearances, just for some fun. So I did. So this month, when the adverts come out, I'll be answering the phone, hopefully doing a few house clearances as a bit of fun, just as a bit of fun. You know, I don't know, it's just whatever I do in life, I want to be happy doing it. And I think the fact that I have to be on social media talking about crystals, and it's taking its toll, I think, on me, because it's hard to turn away from what's happening in the world. And maybe it's just me, but maybe I see too much. I see through people too much. And maybe carrying that weight is sometimes, after a while, it's too much, and it's tiring, it's exhausting. And to have to defend yourself daily with the amount of nasty messages that come in, and they have done ever since I've done this work. The ridicule, the mocking, you know, you can't have a difference of opinion. Jesus Christ, in the spiritual world, if you have a difference of opinion, oof, you know, and nobody's willing to talk about it. Nobody, the spiritual world have their opinion, and that's it, and they do not want to talk about it, because it's like a cult. It's a religion to them. That's why I have nothing to do with the spiritual world. I don't mix with spiritual people, because I know it's a cult, and thus you end up being fairly lonely in a lonely world. You know, you don't know, you know, you get this all the time. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you work with crystals. What you're talking about, crystals can have bad energy. Well, I don't believe that's true. Oh, well, what about this, or what about that, or what about Dr. Emoto and his mucky water because of the negative energy that goes into that? And it's like, you're not even interested, so what's the point me even trying to explain this to you? You know, every drop of water has a crystal in it, but there's still water. The water isn't crystal, so the surrounding to it can get negative energy, but the crystal never does. Oh, forget it. You're just wasting your energy, Mark. There's no point talking about it, because even if you prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, they still wouldn't listen, because they're brainwashed into their cult belief. And that's why I'm a loner. That's why I sit here most days on my own. That's why I don't have a crowd of people. That's why I don't have, and the other thing is, I don't have a group of people painting my house or working with my crystals for nothing, because I see so many of these spiritual people, they grab other people and use them. They use them like slaves. Oh, thank you for doing this. You've never, ever, ever caught me doing that with anybody. And I have tons of people who want to come and work free for me, who want to do things. Let's do this, I'll do it all. Like, no, why would I do that? I wouldn't do that for anybody. Well, I would, but what I'm saying is, no, you just don't do shit like that. You just don't do stuff like that. It's like you're becoming a cult. You're a cult leader now. You know, next thing is, you know, you'll be saying, oh yeah, thanks for all your money. Yeah, you sold your house. Yeah, oh, that's great. You give me all your money. You know what I mean? Cult leaders. And yeah, so I don't mean it that intense, but you know, you do see it. I'm sorry, but you do see it. People take advantage of others because they think that they're more important or powerful. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know, Mother Mary, Mother Mary. I can't remember what her name is. Mother M-E-E. Mother Mary. I can't remember. She's in the Black Forest, and she's the woman who people go to. You can't actually go to her without sending your date of birth, and she will then look at your date of birth, and if it matches up and she's happy with that, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know whether she's scanning on the internet to see who you are. That would be something that I would say that's probably part of it as well. But and then she allows you to come. Now it's free of charge, doesn't cost anything. But the fact that she was given the castle by a man that took her under a wing, I don't know the full details of it, the full story of it, but she's ended up in a castle. She's got slaves all around her who basically give up their life to clean and serve her. I'm sorry, guys, I don't bend to that bullshit. I just don't like it at all. And I could have gone down that route. At the height of my work, I could have easily gone to that route. The thing that I did once, only once, was to say to everybody, look guys, there's a pure energy healing event taking place, and it's going to be called Illuminate, because I wanted the word illuminate to mean what it really means, to illuminate people to the pure energy healing, not Illuminati, but to illuminate. Actually a lovely word, being stolen by darkness. And I said, look, I haven't got a lot of money, and at that time I didn't. I had the help from Reg Lenny. He bought all the organic apples and fruits and all that, bless him. I paid for the event out of my own money. That was, I don't know, a few thousand, 3, 4. It cost me about, all in all, including crystals, maybe 10 grand it cost me. And I didn't have that money. I basically worked daily to get it. So I had to get a stage that was, I don't know, 500 for the stage. I had to get somebody to come and do the sound, the microphones. That was, you know, everything cost. And then I had to borrow as many beds as I could for upstairs. Then I got 2,000 crystals, put them into bags with, like I do when you buy a product from Bajerski.com. So I put a crystal in every bag, so everybody who walked out of that door would get a free crystal and a message. And on and on and on. And I said to everybody who were pure energy healers, I said, this is only pure energy healers who certified healers. I put a message out there. I said, guys, I'm doing a free event. It's not going to cost anybody nothing. They can come in and experience beautiful healing. You're not going to probably get anything out of it because you'll probably be flying in from all over the world. You'll have to pay for your own flights. You'll have to pay for your own accommodation. I can't afford any of those things. I can ask for a discount of accommodation. Can't pay for your food other than what's there. There's fruit and vegetable. There's fruits for you to eat all day. And people queued to come. Healers really wanted to come, and they came. The healers came from all over the world, and we had, I don't know, 50, 60 of them. They paid for everything, you know, their flights, their accommodation, and it was just so lovely. It was so lovely. Everybody gave freely, and we had, through the 2-day event, I think we had at least 2,000 people. It was a great event. It was lovely. Some great speakers, and we did, every 2 hours we did a healing session on everybody who was sat down in the audience. What we'd do is we'd ring a bell, and all the healers would come downstairs, and if they weren't doing healing sessions, of course, they'd come downstairs and walk around the room like I used to do when I had the circle nights, and just give healing to everybody every 2 hours. And we were giving a constant talk all the time, and then when I had a chance to not talk, I would get down and then do. There was a section where we were doing cleansings, so we'd do rice cleansings, sage cleansings. So we'd be, just everybody was busy, and it was so lovely. Now, you could now say, oh, well, you're just as bad as the rest of them. Look at what you were doing. No, you see, you've got to understand, you've got to discern between reality, truth, and why something's being done. We didn't want anybody to come to us. I didn't want any clients. I just wanted people to experience healing that day, to feel the love of healing. That was it. People were coming through the door saying, what's the catch? Literally, what's the catch? Oh, come on. What's the catch? There is no catch. There is none. This is all. Everybody in this room is doing it out of love, doing it for the real reason. Not for clicks, not for likes, not for customers, but because they genuinely want people to feel the feeling of healing. And it is a free energy, and you can heal yourself. And here's the opportunity to feel an energy, pure energy healer. So, but I find that being genuine is becoming more challenging to defend yourself than actual liars and cheats and hustlers. I have started to, and it's just, that's why I'm tired, because I've started to realize that if you're a cheat and a liar and a hustler, people are going to love you and want you even more. What is that saying about, am I in a reality that is real anymore? I don't think I am. People genuinely want bullshit, instant gratitude, instant fix, instant truth, instant healing. They want everything now, and they want to follow somebody who's going to give them that. And anybody else who may sit and talk for an hour with you about one subject, which really needs to be spoken about for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, nobody's interested. Where is everybody going? What are they all doing? Oh, that's right, they're looking at Candace Owens talking about bullshit, nonsense. What's that served you? Blake Lively. Who the friggin' hell's Blake Lively? Who are these people? What's that got to do with anything in your life? What's that going to serve you, your higher self? I mean, no, she's got millions of followers. So it's like you're being sent all these things, and you can see everybody growing, and you realize that people don't want truth. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the NPCs, the fillers in, the ones who are just zombified, the programmed. They just really, when people say that we're waking up the world, I'm like, are we though? Are we really waking up the world? Or are people just following a script? Are people just following whatever the narrative is, and however this darkness perceives the world and how it wants to influence and change the world? People are following it. So now they're making you follow this conspiracy attitude, or this whatever it is, and it's like the intent of that isn't natural. It's programmed. None of it is real. The followers aren't real. They're just fillers in. They're just feeding an addiction. What is the real reason why you're watching this? Look at the comments. Look at the conversations on any of the live comment section. It's insane. Would you really want to be talking to those people? These are people? It's like me. If I'm doing a talk and everybody who sat there, I'm like, these people are insane. Who are coming to me? I'd be looking at myself. What am I doing? I'm doing something wrong, because look at what I'm attracting. These are crazies. These are not normal. So at least I can say that when I look at our comment section, at least there's some balance. At least we are in, I don't know, the reality that we want to be in, the conversation that we have, it's purposeful, it's meaningful. The questions asked are relevant. You look at all of these others, the millions of followers, the thousands who are online. It's just narcissistic, it's nasty, it's belittling, it's judgmental, it's attack. It's like, I don't want those people anyway. You can keep them. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what on earth is that all about? But there you go. It is what it is. So yeah, I mean, it is tiring, and there isn't an alternative, because you know, I was one of the first, like you were, on social media. This was our platform. This is what we're used to. Where are we going to go now? There is nowhere else to go other than switch it off. And this is kind of like where I am. I've been like this for a few years now, and it takes its toll, because you don't want to be in a room full of narcissistic, fake people who have their own agendas. You don't want to be in that room. And unfortunately, AI and on the screen and on here, we are in that room. And it's difficult, and it's becoming more challenging, because you can see that humanity's changing. It's being bent, it's being manipulated, and it's not in a good way. It's a very, very, very fake age. And unfortunately, people can't see it. So there you go. My talk today. I'm wishing you a lovely day from the bottom of my heart. Send you all my love and healing. Send some back. And enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. Take care, everybody.